Good morning and welcome to this month's Total CRM Byte session. Today we'll be covering Microsoft Marketing and you will gain an insight into the capabilities and functions of Microsoft's marketing offering and how it could benefit you. The key sections we'll be touching on are segments, marketing emails, event management, and customer journeys. So here we can see the Microsoft Marketing and it's being presented as an app, much like you have with your traditional apps within Dynamics. So if you have Microsoft Marketing, you do get this custom app here with the additional functions available to you. The first thing you want to do after getting Microsoft Marketing is to set up your segments. Segments are much the same as your traditional marketing lists that you may have used in the past. And segments are used to group together contacts to send your marketing emails or put through a customer journey. When you're creating a segment, you can select whether it is a static or dynamic segment. Your static list will only include contacts that you have manually added in. And this could be used when you have a set list of contacts that you're looking at doing a one-off send to about a particular topic. So if I open up this existing static segment that I have here, the sample static segment, you'll be able to see that I have 176 members that I've added in here, and this will stay the same no matter what. Going back to our previous screen, we also have a dynamic segment. So that is our total CRM segment that I have. And this is based off a set criteria that you select. In this one, you'll see that the filter that I've set is to show contacts where their state is Victoria. When we go across to the Members tab, it's going to then show us the list of contacts like we did on our static. It's going to tell us the last time that this was updated, and that's at 9:53 a.m. So that's around 10 minutes ago or so, and that it's next going to update in about 4 minutes time, and then to have that list live again there based off any updates that may have happened within that 15-minute period. So if one of these contacts, we updated their state to no longer be Vic, they would drop out. And much the same, if there was a new contact, which then had their state as Victoria, that would then come across into this segment as well. It's going to flow in and out and refreshing every 15 minutes or so. This is going to be the first thing that you're doing with your Microsoft Marketing is creating our segment list or our marketing list. So we're grouping together the contacts that we're then going to send our marketing emails, which is the next section and the next step that you're going to do when you first get Microsoft Marketing. So I'm going to open up our marketing emails here. And I'm going to create a new marketing email. When you do that, you'll see that you're going to get a wide range of options as templates available to you when starting off. We recommend using one of these to initially set up your own template rather than going from blank, just so it can give you a bit of structure. So in this example, we might use we'll use the Foreo Simple here. And you'll see when I select the template, it's going to give us some insights as well around what this would be used for. So in this case, this one's going to be used for event or webinar invitations. And you can see that under the purpose section. So now that we've selected this template, we can select that, and that's then going to push that through. And as I just get rid of this pop-up, we're going to get those base details there and for us based off that template. So we can now update it to be styled and look exactly how we're wanting to. The editor is a drag and drop style as well, so it's very user friendly to use. So, going into here, it's just your normal typing. So we might say it's like going to be July 14th to the 16th in 2021, and update the text about our event. So really exciting event, you should come. Now, if we wanted to add another one in, like I said, it's a drag and drop editor. So you might drag and drop in another text section, say below that, and you can then start typing in there and moving those different things around. Now, up the top is where we can define who this is being sent from. And you can see by default, I'm logged in as CRM admin. So it's going to be trying to send this from the CRM admin. But what we might do is we might say, actually, it's going to be sent from admin at greatview.biz. And we might say it's from CRM admin. The from name might be fine, and we could be happy with that. You can then update the subject, like, please come to our event, as well as some pre-header and some additional email settings down here around what's the type of email. And again, this comes in handy as we then look at using this moving forward as well. One other thing I just want to point out when it comes to styling our email is if I go to the start here, we might say something like, hi, and then you'll see that there's a personalization option here. And what this does is this allows us to take some dynamic content from the record that we're sending this to. So I might say something along the lines of, I want to grab the contact's first name and insert that in. So what that will now do is, depending on the contact that this is sent to, it's going to say, hi, CRM admin, or hi, Jacob, or whatever that might be. And it's just a nice way to give that personal touch through your marketing and to make it, seem a bit more personalized for the end experience. The last thing you would do is just update the name in the top left, and that might be something like event email. And then we can go and save that, and that's now going to save this email for us. The other thing that you can do is you'll see there's a drop down next to the save button, and that will allow us to save it as a template. And that then allows us in the future, like you saw at the start when we were initially creating this email, we could then have that come up as an option within there to use this as our base rather than one of Microsoft's base ones that they've put in place for you. So that's why I said it's worth doing this yourself and customizing it to get your own company's personal look and feel. And then from there, save that as a template and then use that as your base starting point moving forward for your various communications. Now we're going to move across into the event section. So that's just down a little bit here. In the events, you can host live or face-to-face events, all hosted from within Microsoft Marketing. So let's open up one of the sample events that we have in the system, and we'll grab this Contoso Furniture Design Workshop 1. And we'll see that there's some base data filled in here already for us. And what you'll be able to see across the various tabs here are things like you're able to set an agenda, you're able to set in sign-up forms and bookings, along with tracking registration and attendance, and setting up then a post-event survey as well to be sent out. If you were running an online event, that's where we would start having a look at this option on the right-hand side here. Obviously, rather than some of these other ones along the top, these are, I guess, primarily focused towards the more face-to-face events. You may still cover that a little bit. You still may want to do like a post-event survey, for example, during a live event. But if you're wanting to make it be an online, you can actually select, do you want this event to be streamed? And we can change that from no to yes. And what that's going to do is In a second, it's going to pop down with some different options for us. And you'll see that under the streaming providers, we're able to host this either as a Teams webinar, a Teams live event, or just a standard Teams meeting. So we're going to leave it as a Teams webinar, and it also then allows us to change the meeting options. So if I select yes, you're going to get some different options down here around what we're allowing the attendees to do when in this event. You can see here, we might use ones like allow attendees to unmute. So depending on the interactiveness of the event, you may or you may not allow attendees to unmute or turn on their camera and a few different things like that. Likewise, you may just say, look, it's an open event. We're happy to let everyone just bypass the lobby. You get a lot of flexibility around doing this, and in terms of what you allow your attendees to be able to do during the event. Again, what we can do is we'll be going through and updating the event start and end date. So obviously we're not going to be doing 2017. We might be doing something like, July 21st will be our event, and we'll update our end date to also be July 21st. So we're going to be starting at 8 a.m, ending at 5 p.m. Keep going through, updating a few of those various options that you have. Once you're happy, we can save that. That's now good to go. The other thing we can do, exactly the same as we did back on our emails, we can then save this as a template as well. So we can now recycle this event again and save ourselves time rather than having to re-go through and set up all these settings again. This will all be remembered next time if we save it as a template, and just making that process a lot easier for you moving forward. After hosting the event, you'll also get a comprehensive list of the attendees, along with some other insightful reporting to help you continue to grow and improve your events. So you get some really good insights there that you can work off, and keep improving those sessions. Now that we've created the structure around our marketing setup through our segments, our marketing emails, and now an event, we can now create a customer journey. Much like the rest of the system, we can leverage templates to make this process a little bit easier for us. So Microsoft will give you a couple of basic templates to work off. And since we've been putting together an event, we might use the event marketing template here. Again, you get a little bit of description around what this is targeted at, and we're just going to select that and have that go through now. First thing that you would want to do is set the audience that's going to be used. You'll see that it's actually referencing a segment, which signifies the importance of setting up your segments at the start, because it then gets used in all of these various things that we've been setting up after that. We're going to look for our total CRM segment. That's who we're going to be putting through this customer journey. You would then sort of set an email. So we might just say event invitation 1. That's the email that we're going to be sending out. As you can see, you sort of go through and fill in the blanks, slotting in the emails and any other actions that are required. In this template, though, you'll see that there is a condition used, and it's basically saying if the contact has registered for the event, they're going to be sent down a different path to if they hadn't registered for the event. So we can say if they're registered, yes, we're going to go down this way. If not, we're going to go down here. Again, you get some dynamic movement of them, and we're going to see that if they don't register, we're going to send them a follow-up email, try and get them to then sign up a second time. If not, maybe what we'll do is add in some other options there as well. Down here, if they have opened it but don't register, maybe we're going to add in here, and we might say we actually want to set a phone call. We want to create a phone call and assign it to one of our sales teams to give them a follow-up call and say, hey, look, we hosted an event. We saw that you hadn't registered. Is there anything we can do that would make you more interested in attending? So automatically creating that phone call and assigning it to your sales team is a good way to continue interacting and to continue trying to get your contacts to go through that process. What you might have seen is there's also some other options available. So we can do things like split. And what this is doing is it's around A/B testing for your marketing. So you might say that I want half of my contacts to go down one path and half to go down another path. Based off that, you can then run an analysis and the customer journey will provide that data for you around which was more successful in achieving our end goal. Say, for example, on this split down here, maybe we'll send 3 follow-up emails rather than 2 and see if we have a higher or lower success rate. So again, that gives you a bit more insights and it can really start showing you some of the power of this marketing tool is really drawing those insights to continue improving those offerings and how we perform the marketing. There's a couple of other ones, like you'll see we've got our wait for available there. We can automatically create a lead, for example, if they've registered to our event, run a workflow, or similarly to our phone call, maybe we're going to create an appointment or a task as well. That is our very quick run through of the key functions within Microsoft Marketing. There really is a lot more to uncover, particularly around the reporting and insights that you can get from your customer journeys and emails. And that's what I flagged before, that you really start seeing some of the next level benefit when we're working with those analytics and improving that marketing for the business. We'll be looking at covering this in another Total CRM Byte session in the coming months. If that is something of interest, definitely let us know and we can try and push that forward a little bit as well.